And we're live! Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Everyone Dice. We probably have a lot to cover today, so we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to pass it over to Lynn, who handles most of our networking, advertisement, and whatnot. So take it away, Lynn.
Yes, so this week we wanted to recommend to all of you the Shadows of St. Fleur podcast once more. Shadows of St. Fleur is an Urban Shadows actual play podcast set in the fictional city of St. Fleur, Michigan. If you like shows with a well-made and detailed soundscape, a very friendly vibe, and that spooky urban fantasy flavor, I am sure that you will love this podcast. So make sure you join the cast every Wednesday as they discover the secrets of what shady powers lie in the shadows of the city that they call home. You can check them out at St. Fleur Pod on Twitter. That's STFLEUR Pod, or Shadows of St. Fleur on your local podcatcher. And make sure you stick around today for the weekly art raffle just before the break. I'll be raffling away a bust sketch of any character of your choosing. And I think that's it. So, on to Scotty.
I handle internal announcements. I don't know if y'all picked up on that, but we've got two big internal announcements right now. Strike Out, an in-development tabletop RPG being developed by Compass Rose's own Logan Timmons, is going to be at Gen Con Online. Gen Con Online starts July 30th and ends August 2nd, and Strike Out is there all 4 days. They've got a 6 p.m. Eastern time slot on Thursday, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Sunday. So check out the Gen Con website to see everything that's available and to secure your place at one of the Strikeout sessions. I almost forgot, another game Logan is developing, preparing for Paris, is going to launch its Kickstarter very soon. We will have more details on that later. And our other big announcement, we're planning another dice giveaway. We are currently working towards 100 YouTube subscribers. So, soon as we hit that, we're going to give away a set of dice made by AJ.
Oh no, Scotty, you went quiet.
Scotty, you're quiet. No!
Oh no!
Scotty!
He can't hear us. No. Scotty!
Oh no!
Scotty. Does anyone know sign language?
Jesse!
Scotty!
Oh,
there we go.
oh my
Okay.
god, you're gone.
Scotty? Lunar Child says they know American Sign Language, but
So our curse continues, I guess.
This happens literally every time.
Every time.
usually it's Lynn, but this time it's
Don't
Scotty.
don't jinx it. Hey,
Okay,
don't.
now I'm back.
There you
Hello.
go. We can hear you.
Sorry,
So we lost
I don't know what's wrong with my audio.
We lost you at
Literally, you said that the dice are made by me.
yes.
And that was
Okay,
the last we heard.
So, why do we want 100 subscribers on YouTube? Because that's when YouTube lets you claim a custom URL. And we're tired of being a shifty, shady set of random numbers and letters. So, either follow us, or either subscribe to us by following a link from our Twitter, or, better yet, subscribe to us by searching for Everyone Dice on YouTube itself, and helping us bump up, YouTube's search algorithm, so that when people search Everyone Dice, they find us, and not weird songs that happen to have the words Everyone and Dice in the description.
Is that what you get now?
Yeah, the top, it's not weird necessarily, but the top result right now is a song, and it's not anything relating to our show. So,
Search us out.
yeah, best option, search for us on YouTube. We're in the first page of results, but the more you search for us in YouTube, the more the algorithm is going to put us as a priority when people search for the words Everyone Dice. So we will announce the details of our giveaway when we reach our goal of no longer looking like a poorly disguised Rickroll.
But we still might rickroll people because that's
You
funny.
never know. Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. Announcements over. I think we're all ready to get to some Dungeons and or Dragons. Right. So, the last time we all got together, you had hunkered down in the ruined tower in Bralia and discussed there what you all might like to do next, and decided that you all seem to enjoy each other's company, that it might be best to stick together from now on. I believe you also set a tentative sight on heading to Dunlin after you reported back to Gerhardt and stayed for the Festival of Progress. After a cold night stay there, you made your way back through the portal, fiddled with the portal on the other end there, trying to find some way to make them work, before heading back to Luchev, and you all arrived at Luchev late in the evening, heading back to the Blue Willow Inn for the evening. So, you all wake up, perform your morning rituals, morning routines. What would you all like to do?
How many more days was it until the festival again, did you say?
In character, you do not know exactly how many days.
Well, top priority should still be to go talk to...
Oh yeah, I completely. I'm so set on this festival.
The festival, yeah.
Maybe
We're
something will
excited.
happen, and we won't even be able to stay for the festival.
No, we're gonna stay for the festival.
I want to stay for the... Zala and Bernie wanted to stay for the festival.
We're gonna stay for the festival. Did we make an appointment with Gerhardt, or are we just showing up? Okay, so let's get breakfast and then let's just show up at his house.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang on the door.
All right.
It's fine.
Well, have an enjoyable breakfast. Bernie, you have yourself some more pyro toast before making your way to... Yes.
I am going to ask Tana, the innkeep, how many more days until the festival so I can get a good idea.
She lets you know that it is 5 days from now. It is currently... I wrote it in my notes here. It is currently the day of Lao, and she let you know that the festival will begin in 5 days on the day of Sol.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Afterward, you all head to Gerhardt's little estate. You knock on the door. There's no reply for almost 5 minutes before the door finally opens and you see a little wearied face of Gerhardt. Hello. I'm sorry it took so long. I am not used to having to answer my own doors. Come in, come.
Are you sure now's alright? Or we could...
Of course. I'm just working on paperwork for the festival, but I would appreciate any more information that you all have.
Well, we've got good news, bad news, more good news, and more bad news.
A healthy handful of both.
Oh, I suppose... And he leads you back to the meeting room that you all first met him in. I suppose... Start with the good news.
Well, the first good news is we found your guy. Bad news is he's dead and was made into a zombie. Good news is we found out who did it. It was your sister. Bad news is she got away.
You all met Abigail?
Yeah, she told us she wanted to kill you. What's up with that?
She called us puppies, but that's...
Yeah, she kept calling us puppies a lot. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Like,
she is a strange one. It's not entirely that she wants to kill me. It is more that she
literally said she wanted to kill you.
It is more that she wants me dead because I refuse to work with her.
That seems pretty close to wanting to kill you.
Yeah.
It is the
You're just being pedantic.
It is the semantics of it, the technicalities. You understand.
Well, comes down to life and death, you'd think the technicalities would be rather important.
My thoughts exactly. You understand. I first must apologize to you all. I had no idea that this task would bring you within her sights. I'm very glad that you all returned unharmed.
Well, it was no small feat. Faced many difficulties.
I can only imagine.
The first of which actually came at the end of our time in the Geistlands. Believe it or not, we didn't encounter Roderick or your sister there. We followed them to Bralia, to a tower, through a mysterious portal. I believe it was called a Moongate? I'm going to be paying very close attention to his reaction to that word.
Really cool, girl.
Really
cool.
I am sorry. You say you traveled through the Moongate to Bralia.
Yes.
It was definitely Bralia.
And when we were coming back, we were each touching the stones, and we each got to make one like glowy a bit.
We played around with them for a little bit, and there was
I
a shower of water and disappointment.
I'm sorry. I will need you to be speaking from the very beginning.
Well, you told us to go find the zombies in the sewers? No, it was after the sewers. And we went to the Geistlands, and there were rocks, and we touched them,
ruins.
There was a portal that opened, and on the other side it was very cold.
Don't forget about the guy with the two guys with the
there
6
were
arms.
the guys, yes.
Was it really 2 guys?
It might have been one.
No, I saw 2.
Oh, okay.
Those are the lamplighters. They are.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of them was in Bralia.
And we killed it.
We did kill it.
One was in Bralia.
Yeah.
Your sister. Let it loose. Yes.
I suppose that makes sense, but
does it?
For her, anyway. I'm sorry. I am still hung up on the idea that you were able to make the portal open and stay open.
It wasn't hard. Did you try touching the rocks?
Yes.
We spent a lot of time touching rocks.
I have been trying 10.
I feel bad. We're bullying him.
I like put a hand on his shoulder.
10 years I have tried to uncover anything about the Moongates. And you all were able to open a portal simply by touching the rocks.
If you want, we can go together and touch it.
Well,
I'm afraid I cannot leave Luchev right now, especially with my sister out there. I have much to think about with this.
I understand you may have a lot to process, but we actually had some questions for you, if it's possible for us to maybe sit down over a meal and discuss.
Yes, please excuse me for a few moments. I will prepare something. Nothing too fancy, but perhaps some cheese and tea and biscuits.
That would be lovely, thank you.
And he gets up and excuses himself, and he's gone for 10-15 minutes or so, comes back with a steaming kettle of hot water, several different cups filled with not tea bags, but the dried tea leaves. Plate of cheese and biscuits and crackers and whatnot. Please, help yourself. I'm not hungry right now. If you have questions, I will do all I can to answer them.
Well, I would assume that we have many questions, but I know the first one on my mind is, what exactly are the moon gates?
To be honest, I am not entirely sure myself. They are a ruin, a relic left over from the first people. I haven't been able to ascertain their function, as I suppose you all experienced. Near instantaneous travel is one of their functions, but I believe that there is a secondary function. I have not been able to prove it in any way, shape, or form. Study on the moon gates has been sparse, I'm afraid.
Oh, we also couldn't close the portal, so that's just there now.
Unfortunately, but instantaneous travel to the cold mountains of Bralia. At your will, I suppose.
Well,
if you can brave the Geistlands, and if you wish to brave a dangerous area of Bralia.
There is nothing more I need in that tower, but I thank you.
Oh, so you've been there?
It was my tower.
Why'd you leave? What happened to it? It was in ruins when you left.
I destroyed it myself. I burned it and set fire to much of the research that I had uncovered.
Why?
Because my sister sought to use it in a manner that I was not approving of. And so I burned all the copies, and now the only copies that remain are...
Do I believe him?
Don't we have Gerhard?
We do also have a copy, but he doesn't know that.
You can roll an insight check.
I'm gonna roll an insight check too.
Go for it. Anyone who would like to can roll an insight check.
He withheld information before, which makes Bernie think he's gonna be doing it again. Natural 20!
Pained me.
Got 21.
Heartbeat.
I got a 16.
With my bonus, it's a 20. Damn it, 3.
So, Alois, he's difficult to read. Shay and Bernie, you're able to determine that he believes what he just said to you. He does not believe he is lying.
I'm gonna look around at everybody and kind of make like a little like eye motion, like, you know, like, should I?
Zala just looks confused.
Well, Gerhard, where that's concerned, I think we found something in the rubble. One of, I believe now, your journals with your research in it. That's how we knew it was called the Moon Gate. We have a map as well of the other possible locations. And your sister was rummaging around in the rooms of the basement where we found these items.
She also may have figured out how to use them as well, considering Roderick was there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's likely.
I suppose that is possible. You say you found my journal. Might I look at it? Do you?
I didn't have push to talk on. My apologies.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, Cordelia will pull out the journal and hand it over.
He takes
It's
it.
mostly burnt.
He leaves through it. This is my journal. Much of it is burned and ruined. I would like to keep this, if it is all right with you. I'm.
You're welcome to it.
Thank you. The map, tis yours to keep. I'm not sure if you all have a map of the world, but you do now. I know it has some writings on it. I was trying to locate the ruins so I could study them a bit more in depth.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the Lorend Forest eventually.
You are going to the Lorend?
Is there anything you know about it?
Not much. I know that the Lorende is a term that, if you were to translate it properly, would be like spirit almost. There are rumors of a living mist in the forest. I believe I have also heard rumors of a colony of werewolves that make their home somewhere in the Lorende.
Guys, I have to go. That sounds so exciting.
This sounds like something.
You're excited to meet the werewolves. You are an interesting bunch.
I had just a few more questions for you while we're still here.
Yeah, yes, of course.
You had alluded to the fact that your sister had nefarious intentions concerning the moon gates.
Yes.
And you had a second theory as well?
Yes.
How could somebody use a mode of transportation in a way that would be harmful? Aside from just moving people back and forth.
Well, as you say, the moving people quickly is already a great advantage. My sister is a necromancer. She summons the dead to serve her, and it is possible she could create an army of the undead and move them through the moon gate, have them on the doorstep of many different nations. But
what is her goal?
I'm afraid even I do not know that. She had thrown in with a unsavory lot that... It was why I disagreed with her methods and why I refused to work with her.
Well, the bright side is, at least, it seems that they're keyed to certain people.
Except that we cannot close the moon gate after we've opened it.
Which is disturbing.
Which means that us using them ourselves opens them for other people to use them.
I mean, they're broken too right now, so...
If you have opened those two, thankfully they are in areas that are very difficult for most people to reach, so for now I think it is okay. The one in the Laughing Woods or the one in Pyra, I would be a little more concerned about those gates, because those are much closer to civilization and are not at all in overly dangerous locations.
Do you have reason to believe that your sister would know where these other Moongate ruins might be? She might be traveling between them.
I think it is possible that she knows. She was there. She probably saw the map. Knows of at least 5 locations.
The idea of someone with unknown but clearly malicious intent using these, or trying to, bothers me.
It's not comforting. Have you told people about your sister with Moongates? Asked for help?
I have. And but I will just say they did not come back unscathed, as you all did.
I mean, not from random adventures, but, fellow rulers, or the military, or the Dawn Guard.
Not
People
yet.
for a living.
I am new to Luchev. I have only been here 11 years or so. I am still making those connections.
Well, I don't know if I'm stepping out of... I just think that you should perhaps look in more professional places than any random people who show up on your doorstep. Because I don't believe the next 5 women you send out will be half as fortunate as we were.
Yes, it is true. The gods definitely smile upon you all. I will make a request of the Dawn Guard. Send them out to perhaps the Laughing Forest to investigate.
I understand that we had an agreed upon price for our work, but I believe we could all say that we sort of far surpassed the expectations of the job. I was hoping that there may be some room here for discussion on increasing our pay. And as well, I'd like to vouch for Cordelia. She wasn't originally hired with the rest of us, but she was there every step of the journey and instrumental in both our survival and success. I think she's deserving of payment as well.
He looks over at Cordelia, tilts his head.
Bernie's a real friend. You got my back.
He's a bro.
Though she was not part of the initial arrangement, I of course have no problem paying the same wage I offered you all to Cordelia. In terms of discussion, I am not opposed to it. For bringing my journal back to me and keeping some of the secrets out of the hands of my sister, I am willing to offer you an additional 100 gold. And I am unsure if you all are planning to stay, but you're welcome to the wagon and the oxen that I have provided you.
Yes, Stephen gets to come with us. Yes.
Stephen?
That's his name.
That's his name.
3 ox.
I did not know his name was Stephen. You can speak to animals? It is a handy skill.
He is a lovely conversationalist.
I must take your word for that.
Kind of look around at everybody, kind of like judging. Do they think this pay bump is good or not? Is everybody looking happy with this?
We would also like to keep Wayfinder.
Oh yes.
Why?
I know it is only keyed to that Moongate, but we may need it again, so...
I suppose if you might need it again, then you are welcome to it. I can have another one crafted.
Thank you. Thank you for your generosity.
This is a good deal.
Thank you for all your assistance, and again, I am very sorry for the danger I unknowingly put you in.
Can I also get a pot with dry soil and some moss?
I am sure this would be easy enough to purchase. Yes.
Mm.
I myself do not have it that I can give it to you, but I could make a request, I suppose, if you would like.
That'd be great.
Sure.
Wonderful. Well, that's all that I had for business. That's everything. Great. So, as far as terms of delivery for the payment, is it going to be now or delivered to a room at the Blue Willow?
Give me a moment, and I will bring back your payment.
Wonderful.
He excuses himself again. It's another 10 minutes or so before he comes back, pushing another small cart with a small chest on it. He opens that up, and there's 5 pouches, 5 leather pouches that are quite full of coinage.
Bernie looks very pleased with herself. She's just like, yes.
How much coins per bag? How many?
120 per bag.
Wasn't the original price 100 for the job?
Yes, but he gave you an additional 100 for
Not each.
bringing the journal.
An additional 100 split.
Oh, damn it! I thought it was 100 each. That sucks.
He
did.
did get us that
did
way.
not
We
say
agreed,
I should have clarified that I wanted 100. Oh, bummer.
You got a free
Hey.
ox and wagon out of it too.
I don't give a shit. I could have went and bought that.
I
could've
bet
gone
the
for it.
reason why the alchemical guy was having such an issue growing the moon orchids is that he was using wet soil. I bet that's why.
Is that bad?
It's an astute-
Their orchids' roots will literally rot in wet soil.
I did not know this.
That probably is it.
Well, thank you very much.
Yes. I am not sure if you are all staying for the festival, but if you are, then I hope you all enjoy yourself, rest, and have fun. These are 3 days of lots of fun.
I hope you're able to find some rest and relaxation as well.
I hope so as well. Take care. You all leave his abode. Yeah.
When we get just outside, I'm gonna turn to Bernie and say, "So what's the Dawn Guard?"
The Dawn Guard are like for hire, righteous problem solvers, mercenaries. They do jobs.
Oh, so like us.
Well, they're a bit more official, a bit more expensive. Which, so he, got a good deal. I thought it would be 100 extra for each of us, but that's alright. At least he forgot that he had given me my advance, so I got a little bit of extra money.
He totally did.
Very smug about
I
that.
totally did.
Always like laughs.
He comes running out of the house. Wait!
No, one of her flaws is that she can't resist taking chances for extra money, and she was
I love
very
it.
happy.
Goodness.
I'll tell you what. I will give you inspiration for that.
Yes!
That was good.
Wow, Lynn, you get inspiration and 100 extra gold?
Yeah! Are you kidding me? Lord can't watch his purse.
Wait,
He
you
doesn't
got
deserve
100 extra gold and you wanted 100 more?
it. Yeah, man!
No,
listen.
it wasn't 100 extra gold. It was 25 extra.
Yeah.
No, so
It
I
was-
total, I got an extra.
But she
yeah.
was trying to get 100 extra for
I was
each
trying to
of
get
us.
100 extra for each of us, because I think we
Yeah.
deserve it. I think we're cheaper than the Dawn Guard, and we did a good job. But
You're
that's
definitely cheaper than the Dawn Guard.
defo.
Now
Zola
he's gotta
doesn't
empty
know
those
what
pockets.
her services are worth, so.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but I now am a little bit laden with money, so I think I'm going to go on a little shopping spree. Anyone like to join me?
Of
Or what
course.
type of shopping spree?
I haven't decided yet.
Everything.
I want to look at flowers.
I don't think it's that much money.
We also have to drop off the orchids. Oh wait, did they ever end up telling us about this?
Yeah, I think
I
we
thought
did.
they were lilies.
They
Were
are
they
the
lily?
moonlit lilies.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Why was I thinking orchids then?
I don't know why you were thinking
But
orchid.
anyway, lilies still don't like wet soil.
No.
We have to go drop off the plants to the alchemist, right? We can do that on the way.
Okay.
All right. So you set out to the alchemist's shop and deliver your supply of moonlit lilies. He is ecstatic to get them. Thanks you profusely. Yeah. So, you all have about 5 days worth of downtime that you can all do. I know some of you have mentioned a few things that you would like to do. I think we'll transition to downtime if all is good now. All right. Let's see here. Let's go with Shay and actually let's first start off with Cordelia, Bloodhand, and Bernie. All sort of exploring the town, seeing what the town has to offer, wandering about, spending a little bit of your new hard-earned cash. What would you all like to do? Because Cordelia, I know you wanted to try and talk with Bloodhand.
No, Bloodhand wanted to talk with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to be there. This is the thing for two of you. Bernie wanted to hang out with everybody just generally. I didn't have anything specific in mind.
Okay.
So this is the Bloodhand Cordelia thing.
Cat?
Yeah, Tilly's back there being a baby. I don't know. I figured one of the evenings at the Blue Willow would be when Zala catches Cordelia.
Sure.
And she's got her little bone flute out, and she's sitting there. She says, "So, Cordelia, since we are apparently going to be traveling together, I wanted to ask you a favor.
Of course. What is it?
Would you mind helping me learn how to play this?"
I would love that. Do you have any musical experience?
I've listened to a lot of music.
Well, it might be a little slow to start then, but I'm there are a few more important pursuits than teaching people to create music. I would be honored.
Thank you.
I know very little about music for someone who's created a music-focused character.
I know a whole lot about music for someone who's created a character that doesn't know anything about music.
This will be painful for you. I'm going to... Now, if you put your hand on this hole, it makes this noise.
I love that noise.
And I'm sitting here in my head going, okay, I know that for this style of flute, if you blow too hard, which most newbies do, you're gonna make this real shrill noise.
Yeah. I did know that. I did know you don't know too hard.
Yeah, it's gotta be gentle with instruments like that.
Don't warn her, because Cordelia loves that sound and thinks it's funny. And then laughs and then explains it.
So Zala's just gonna very slowly start to figure out the basics of her flute.
Can I, do I need to roll to see how good of a teacher I am, or how will we progress my lessons?
I think the first one, you're just giving Bloodhand the basics right now, which
Hot cross buns.
which Cordelia is very familiar with. As you get into the more advanced, intermediate level stuff, I will make you make some kind of check. Probably like a performance check.
I hope so. That's my one good skill.
Yeah. However, I will say, as you are teaching Bloodhand this, there's a sensation of euphoria inside your chest that doesn't come from you.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cordelia would probably get caught up in it, so you might be trapped there for a few hours. But then,
That's
you know,
fine.
it would get late, they'd go to bed, but she would definitely be willing to do more.
All right. Bernie and Alois, what are you two getting up to in your downtime?
Bernie would definitely go to Alois and ask her to help her talk to some more animals.
Hell yeah, let's go talk to the fish. We haven't said hi to them yet.
I don't think I've said hi to the fish at all, no. This time, Bernie's very careful to bring water-appropriate clothing that won't get ruined. So,
Hey, wait, we gotta get them a snack for them. And we go and get some of the seaweed for the fishes.
God.
is it not seaweed? I don't remember.
No, it's like
Salt-soaked kale.
Yeah, it's kale
Oh.
that's soaked in like salt water.
Hi, I listened to our episodes during the week break, and therefore absorb everything.
Do fish like this?
Oh, they
snack?
love it. It's great. For them too.
What are the names?
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Well, we will be sure to ask that today. Go talk
Great.
to the fishes. It's gonna be fun.
Get that name generator ready, Casey.
Seriously,
Yeah.
yeah.
And remember,
Fish.
it wasn't me who did this to you. It was Lynn.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm gonna get all these names. I'm gonna get the names of every single fish that I come across,
Okay.
and I'm gonna write them. I'm gonna write them all down,
We're
and I'm gonna
gonna
come
be
back
the
at the end of
weird
the
group
session.
that went into the Geistlands and talked to fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've also talked to an ox.
Well, we're gonna talk to
But
everything.
they don't know that. The town doesn't know that.
Okay, that's true.
Zala will talk to ravens, she just doesn't expect them to talk back.
I'm just trying to open up the fantasy name generator because
Is there an option there for fish names?
yes, there is. Of course there is, because the
Fantasy
fantasy
name generators has everything.
it has everything.
It's such a useful tool, and
Fantasy name
just-
generator sponsorship when?
think it's run by one person.
I know.
Super.
All the work she puts into that.
She does amazing work. Okay. So, the two of you, during one of the downtime days when the sun is high and you're feeling a bit warm and want to cool off a little and sort of just hang out, Bernie, you go up to Alois and mention that you want to speak to Fish, and two of you make your way to the river where you first saw Alois talking to fish. Go right ahead.
Alright, so I go, as I did before, no clothes, into the river to go talk to the fish.
Bernie follows. She hikes her skirt up. I think she has like a little belt that she can like latch it onto. She's got shorts on underneath, so she can comfortably wade into the water.
Seeing how uncomfortable that looks for Bernie, Alois will use shape water to make a path for her to walk through.
Thank you, but you don't have to. I'd like to, I don't know, get close and personal with the fish. It's alright. I feel fine.
Yeah, but the water will get, like, past your hips, though.
That it will, yes. It's a fair point. I need to buy some sort of swimwear for myself. I never foresaw being in the water this much.
I mean, you could just go naked like me.
No, I'm not quite comfortable. You know, I look back at, like, the street that we're open to, and I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with nudity, but not for me, thank you.
Alright. And I get ready with my spell.
Such a proper woman Bernie is.
Standing next to a naked woman in the river.
Yeah. I actually have a question. So naked, no fox pelt or no wolf pelt? No wolf pelt. All right.
It'll start to get moldy if it's brought into the water.
That's very true. Probably.
If it's like drenched, it will.
Mm-hmm. All right. You cast Speak with Animals on yourself and Bernie, and you're now able to hear brief snippets of just general life in the vicinity. The chirping of nearby birds now has more clarity to it. You can hear the what are they called? The work animals, the work horses and work oxen and whatnot. You can hear their grunts of annoyance and just desire for some kind of rest. And you can hear the general mindless sort of chatter of the fish.
There's the moment where Bernie hears this, where she's like gone her entire life without hearing fish talk, so it's a little bit of a, every time it's like a little bit of a, oh, okay. Then I would just start asking them, like, hey, what's your name? Do you want some snacks? Do you like to be pets?
Fish do. I've seen videos of it.
Some fish.
Yeah, I ask all of them before I touch them. Like, hello. This is
Hello.
It's strange, but nice.
What's strange?
I've never talked to a fish before.
I've never talked to you before.
No, well, now you have.
Yay!
Yeah, yay! Yes, it's quite nice.
You have food for us?
And I give him the little seaweed.
Yum, 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 yum.
Goodness gracious.
I eat a piece of it myself.
It is very salty.
Can I have a piece?
Oh yeah, of course.
Broaden your horizons and such. It's lovely, and I start like splashing water in my mouth because it's so fucking salty. Like,
You know, salt is a very valued resource where I'm from.
oh yeah.
We have to travel a couple days to get salt.
In you said you came from a tiny town full of lumberjacks?
That's right. We're a lumber village.
Lumber village. It's quite nice. You comfortable with cities very much?
I've never been in a city before.
Oh. That must be actually kind of nice, you know, to not have to worry about the stench and all the people, and the pickpockets.
I've never been to a city before. I don't know what it's like.
Maybe I'd like pickpockets and stench.
You don't know Eloise.
Well, maybe on our way to Dunlin we can stop off at the city.
Okay, but not too long.
No,
I need to get there.
I was actually wondering about that. Do you have someone you're meeting in Dunlin, or...
Not at all.
What called you to it?
I need to go there.
Do you have a god or something that tells you?
And she goes and starts feeding the fishes.
I understand that sometimes it's uncomfortable to open up, and you don't have to if you don't want to, but... No. Maybe one day. We could be friends, and...
We're not already?
No, we are, but... I mean, you don't really want to talk about your life, or your town, or... any
I'm not
information.
supposed to.
Why not?
It's the way it is.
Alright. Well, I can respect that. I won't push then.
I think you realize why we have to go to Dunlin when we get there. At least when we find what I'm trying to find.
Is it another moon? Is it another moon gate? That's what we're looking now. Alright, well, I don't exactly have a purpose for my travel, so why not?
I mean, that's why I exist.
To wander?
Sorta.
Is this something you can talk about? Like, were you born from your parents just to want to wander around, or like you?
Oh, I have no idea about that. I don't have parents.
Oh, is that nice, or is that bad?
I mean, I was raised by the village. It was fine.
That does.
Eloise is on has the weirdest conversation possible challenge.
Apparently.
Every session.
I strive for it every session, y'all.
Well, you win that award. Also, I must say, I put it in chat. I like that Eloise doesn't know what winking is, but she does know what this hand gesture is.
Zala doesn't know what that hand gesture is.
Hey, animals can't wink, but all animals can make this gesture.
Can they? How can a fish do this?
And what about a fish?
That actually doesn't sound too bad to have so many people loving you and supporting you.
Yeah, and I got to see all the cool rituals too because I was raised by the village.
What kind of rituals?
Gonna go feed the fish.
I understand. You can just tell me if you don't want to talk about it. I won't get upset or anything. You can just say, "Go away, Bernie. I don't want to talk about it," and I will go away.
But I don't want you to go away.
I don't want to go away either. I like you.
You know, we don't get a lot of, like, people coming from out of town that often. They normally leave pretty quickly after they do come.
I will not ask why. I will ask, did you have many friends growing up? Many other people your age?
There wasn't really too many people my age. So most of them were a lot older than me.
It's a bummer. Well,
It's the way of the village.
I don't know what that's like. I had a lot of friends as a child.
I mean, I got to talk to a lot of the animals. They were my friends.
Animals are nice.
Yeah, it was sad when we had to eat a few of them.
Well, that is one thing that I can imagine is not made more fun. Yeah, that's quite grim. Bernie bets one of the fish on the head.
But hey, it's better than some of the old people, because some of the older people, they can talk to plants too, and that kind of sucks for them, because then like everything talks, everything can be a friend, and
Can I ask you one question? Your village didn't eat people?
no.
Okay. She's like, alright. Hope you're not lying to me, because, whew.
I mean, you can do an insight check if you want.
Honestly? No, she's not going to. She's making an active effort to trust you.
She
and
wants to believe that.
Yeah, she's not gonna fucking investigate, because if she finds out that it's not the truth, she'll never be able to look you in the eyes again. So, because she's not gonna have the whole, but people can talk like animals can't. She's gonna, that's a line too far for Bernie.
Eloise is just gonna have to drop us a line of dialogue later where it's just like, oh man, this tastes like long pig. Because that's what human is called.
Dark.
You're gonna kill me.
They just never
I'm
told
gonna
Alois
die.
that it was a person.
Oh, that's fucked up!
Well, let's cycle away from cannibalism.
I think Bernie just makes some pleasant chit-chat with the fish, with Eloise, feeds them, has a great time.
Sounds good.
Shay time.
Yes. So Shay, you had something you wanted to discuss with Cordelia. So let's say on the afternoon when Alois and Bernie go talk to Fish, you accompany Cordelia, who seems to be looking around town for some kind of performance work, just somewhere to play and maybe earn a little bit of extra coin. You figure you'd tag along so you can ask some questions that have been gnawing on you.
You overestimate how important these questions are to Shay. So yeah, so Shay is obviously just sort of trying to hang out with Cordelia kind of casually. I feel like they have sort of this bond where they're like the too cool for school kids. Like,
yeah, I got that too.
Because like everyone else has their they've got their own thing going on, but Shay and Cordelia, they're the two cools for school kids.
So what you're saying is they would have beat me up in high school? Good to know.
I can't say no because Shay's a monk. Like, that's their thing.
Yeah, okay, consider your cool guy.
I'm just teasing you. Sorry to distract.
Spreading rumors type.
Oh, I gotcha. Sorry to distract.
That's worse.
It's true though.
Shady
anyway.
And too school for cool jock.
I feel like Cordelia and Eleftherius would get along really well.
So, I don't know how they get on the subject of this, but Shay just sort of casually gets onto the subject of where they've been in the past. And she mentions that she was in Dunlin a while ago, and you said you were from Dunlin. Like, what? How was that?
It's nice there. I've traveled around a bit, but never spent much time outside of Dunlin. I've always lived there.
you didn't seem super thrilled to be going back.
It's not that. I have no issue with Dunlan. There are people there that I left under weird circumstances, and honestly, the likelihood is we wouldn't run into them and there'd be no issue. So I'm okay to go back to Dunlan.
I get that. I have some people I'd rather not see again from Dunlan. So, yeah. I mean...
Old friends?
No, I wouldn't say that we were ever really friends. I wasn't a very good person when I was in Dunlan. So I would
Not
prefer...
many people are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's kind of the thing in Dunlan, is you're not a good person. And, yeah. So I'd prefer not to go back, but, you know, if that's where we're going.
Are you in trouble?
No. I'm not in trouble.
Okay. Because that's the sort of thing people say when they're in trouble.
No, I'm not in trouble. It's just, you know, some people may not like me. I wouldn't say I'm, like, in trouble with the law or anything like that. It's just, you know.
The law aren't usually the people you need to worry about.
Right. You get on the wrong side of the wrong person, and...
Well, I won't push it, mainly because I don't want you to push back at me, but if there is trouble in Dunlan, just let me know who needs to be dealt with.
Oh, trust me, I can deal with them on my own.
I don't doubt you can. You are formidable in a fight. And that's not a skill that I have, but not everything can be best dealt with in a fight.
Yeah, you have a way with words, and that's something that is admirable.
Well, we together can handle pretty much anything, I'm feeling.
You can try to talk them out of stuff, and then if that doesn't work, I'll just punch them. It's fine.
It's perfect. The dream team.
Or if I punch somebody, then you can talk us out of it.
Yes, but I wouldn't go around punching people.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm kidding. I think that's pretty much the gist of their conversation, but I think...
I feel solidarity.
Oh, yeah.
That someone else has people they don't want to meet in Dunlan.
Nobody likes Dunlan.
Meanwhile, Alois is like, we are going to Dunlan.
Wait, Dunlan have New Jersey energy? Is like that the vibe I'm picking up on?
Honestly, I thought that Dunlan was a nice place with like nice farming people, but it seems like we've...
You guys have turned it into New Jersey, yes.
Great.
New Jersey.
So,
okay, there are parts of New Jersey that have farms and nice people.
So,
I have some very good friends from New Jersey.
So then it does radiate strong New Jersey energy. There are...
It's the coast that are the a-holes.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
Dunlan is New Jersey.
Great. So we've got Bralia, which is Germany and Russia. We've got Dunlan, which is New Jersey.
With traits of Scotland, at least in their culinary cuisine.
And Pyra, which is apparently sort of France.
Yeah.
Egypt, Arabian influences, and also French.
In the which is in the French.
So wouldn't that kind of be like Italian? Because Italian has like that
so
kind of
Pyra's
stuff.
the Mediterranean.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that is a good way to put it.
I can rock with that.
Yeah. I mashed up a lot of different cultures for this place because I love different cultures and I want to explore them. So, sue me.
The wonderful culture of New Jersey.
Yeah, the wonderful culture of fantasy New Jersey.
And then I just sort of wrested control away for the Goliath tribes, because that's what I do, apparently.
Well, that's your home. Of course you
And
get
I'm the
control
only
over
one
them.
who knows anything about her, too.
That's true. The thing
Not
is,
even on the map.
Yeah.
And then we're going full Germanic tribe on this, Kacey.
Yep.
God.
Anyway.
It's an interesting
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. So you all spend Yes, Bernie.
Before we do, move on from downtime,
Yeah.
I did want to do the quick meditation thing with Shay, if that's okay.
Go right ahead.
Cool. So this is a small thing. I asked Shay if she would like to join me to meditate and do yoga-ish stuff in the morning, in a park or something.
Oh, please tell me she phrases it like yoga-ish stuff.
Yeah, I think she says,
Clearly.
I don't know much about stretching. I'm not a very, flexible person.
Shay will lead you through some yoga. I assume it is painful.
Yeah, no, Bernie's not good. It sucks. She doesn't know why she asked for this because she only wanted to segue into a conversation. Sweaty and gross.
I imagine it's probably like one of those things. She's teaching you these moves, and she's like, "But if this is something you're not comfortable with, you can do it this way too." And she shows you that way, and it's like super easy.
No, Bernie's not submitting to the easier way. Okay, she's a little stubborn. I think she also is not dressed for the occasion. She, not at all. She does not know what the fuck she got herself into. Towards where the end, she's literally, laying in the grass. Undignified. Just, a sweaty pile of mess. And as she's sort of clearing up, drinking water, she says, "Thank you for that most invigorating morning routine. It's quite You're not even sweating. I admire you."
I mean, I've been doing this for a really long time, so
I used to do this a lot as a kid, but I guess I let it get away from me the older that I got, and now I can't even touch my toes.
I mean, we could work on that. That's something that you could fix pretty easily. I mean, it's not that hard.
Yes, maybe this would be a nice thing that you and I could do together in the mornings, and next time I will take the corset off beforehand.
Yeah, that's step that's step 0. You don't wear a corset to do any kind of athletic activity.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do many athletic activities. I'm strong-ish, but this is the reason I'm not flexible. Some small talk before she pulls it back around and says, "Actually, Shay, there was something I wanted to ask you. I had this dream the other night, and this symbol came to me on a flag. And I don't know if it's you ever have dreams and you feel like it's something you've seen in the real world that your brain is sort of relying on, or maybe it's just made up entirely. Do you know what I mean?"
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I don't really remember a whole lot of my dreams, so...
I usually don't either, which is why this one really stuck with me. Is this not possible? She, gets a piece of paper from her book, and she draws the symbol of a fist with thorns around the wrist, and she says, "Do you recognize this at all?"
Do I recognize it? Okay, I figured...
You've seen... you've met a few individuals who have that symbol. Not many, but 2 or 3.
Does this have to do with the person who sent me to...
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Okay.
That individual had the same symbol, and it was on his, basically right here.
Okay. I like that you had to pull your shirt down to show us
yeah.
that.
That's the only way you would have been able to
It's
see.
on the skin, not the...
Right.
Yeah, it was on the
like
skin. Yeah, it's not like a patch.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, so she... Yeah, I've seen it. It's not super common. What?
And what does it mean?
I mean, it's just, it's just a symbol for some people to be able to recognize each other. It's nothing bad.
Are they like the Dawn Guard or like an organization?
I don't think they're exactly an organization, no. They're kind of an independent coalition.
Is it secretive? Is that why you can't tell me anything? Do you have one of these marks on your body?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, a good friend of mine does, and that's about all I know about it, so.
Do I feel any interaction coming off of Delilah? Is she, like, laughing in my head? Is she just chilling?
Yeah, you do get a playful sense from
Okay,
her.
wait. Did Delilah have this symbol? Because
yeah.
you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me that Delilah had this symbol.
Oh, well, sorry, yes. Delilah had this symbol. She was one of the 2 or 3 people that you've met who've had this symbol.
See, that changes things.
Why does it change things?
Because I knew of the one person I had in my mind. She was not the one person I had in my mind.
How many people do you know with this secret?
Apparently 2 or 3.
What do they
And
do?
Bernie's secret ghost girlfriend is one of them.
Are they a mercenary organization, or are they from too?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they're a mercenary group. They're definitely not from Urtu. They're just a group of like-minded individuals.
So
She's being very vague, and I love it.
like-minded.
It's incredible.
Who do what? Do they research?
Like-minded activity.
They all get together and do yoga.
Yeah, do they do morning stretches and knit and make tea?
They're a jazz band.
Fights?
They're bird watchers. But seriously, she thinks it over, and she does. I guess there's no harm in it. The one person that I met, one of the people I met with it, was he could fight kind of like I do, and he wanted to see me get better. So,
yeah. So they trained you?
No, but he sent me here so I could be trained.
So he's like your boss?
No.
Is he like your just a friend?
Yeah, he's just a friend.
Alright. Have you ever met a woman with this mark?
Yeah, one. No, maybe not a long time ago, but...
Were you close?
Yeah. Maybe for a little bit. I wouldn't say that we stayed in touch. Something like that.
You and Alois are both frustratingly vague people.
We're difficult to have conversations with for very different reasons.
Are you on track to join this organization?
I have no idea, actually. Was that part of Gideon's thing? Like, did he want me to join the group?
You have no idea. He didn't even really mention that he was part of a group. It's just that you saw he had the same tattoo. Yeah. He didn't invite you to join anything.
Yeah, he never really brought it up. I don't think either of them really did. It was just kind of something I noticed on them.
Where on Delilah's body is this mark again?
It is near the small of her back.
Okay, so, like, why would Shay have seen that? But alright. Alright. That's what Bernie's thinking. She's like, okay, who is this girl? The fuck?
Okay, I actually have a question. How long ago did Shay know Delilah?
Probably, like, 2 years or so. Not super long time ago, but recent enough.
Where did you meet this woman with the mark?
Just when I was traveling around. It was... I mean, I've been a lot of places. It's... I would say probably... I was probably in... maybe in Pyra?
Oh.
I'm not sure. That whole time is fuzzy.
Oh. Sorry to hear that.
I mean, I was still kind of adjusting to, being here and not, in R2, so.
I know, it's... Well, when Zala and I got on the boat to leave Bayera, it was quite a shock to be somewhere other than home, so I understand what you mean. Does this organization have a name, perhaps? Some sort of...
No, they didn't really talk about it. I just know that they had a symbol.
Okay. Alright, last question. Just shot in the dark. Does the name Delilah mean anything to you personally?
I mean, yeah, I knew her briefly.
For how long?
Haven't spoken to her in a couple of years.
Yeah. Were you friends? Were you close?
That's a tough question.
Right. Well, I'm sorry to inform you, but she did pass.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, like I said, we didn't really keep in touch, so.
I'm judging Shay's face. Is she shocked or saddened by this news?
I mean, I'm not gonna hide it, cause she's surprised, but I wouldn't say she's completely devastated by this news. She's being honest when she says that they might have been some people might have considered it close, but she doesn't consider it to be close.
Well, I thought that maybe you had known her. I had those dreams, so I thought I'd ask you and let you know if you did. What an odd coincidence. Two friends of Delilah brought together.
How did you know her?
I don't know, I guess I just did. She saw her around town where I grew up. Just got to talking one day.
That's vague. You're complaining about me being vague.
I don't know how else to describe it. We met at a pub. And she was sitting alone and I was sitting alone, so I went over and struck up a conversation. So
you guys were close then?
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll a deception check.
See, I wouldn't have thought about anything until you said that.
You're getting very specific.
That is a 24 on deception.
Jesus.
Do you want me to roll an insight check?
Can you?
I could match it if I get a nat 20.
Sure, maybe you get a nat 20.
Oh, it was an 18. 22.
Bernie in general is a hard individual to really read. Be that the sort of fire in her eyes or the, just the way she presents herself. Can't really get a good sense of it.
And I guess we just found that we had a lot in common, so sort of became friends. I wouldn't say that we were particularly close, but she didn't have any family, so I think I'm the only person who she really had in her life when she passed, unfortunately. So to find somebody else by sheer coincidence who also knew her.
I mean, I've traveled around a lot. I've met a lot of people. None of my relationships have ever been particularly close.
I understand. Well, that's it's the only burning questions on my mind. Do you want to go get breakfast? I'm rather hungry after all that.
Sure. I mean, should I expect you to want to do yoga and deep dive into my past tomorrow too? Or is that kind of becoming a thing now?
No. I honestly, I had a suspicion that you might have known Delilah. I was just trying to figure out how you may have met her and what that tattoo she had was all about, but no, I don't mean to go digging into your past. It's just something that I was sort of thinking about. But no, we can do yoga and pleasant, light conversation about nothing at all.
That sounds a lot. Well, yeah, that sounds better.
Well, if it's fairer to you, I'm not a closed book. You can do a deep dive into my life, but I guarantee it's not interesting.
Like I said, my relationships aren't very close, so I tend to not deep dive into people's personal lives. Unless it's Cordelia, which I'm literally contradicting myself in the same session.
Yeah, but Bernie doesn't know that.
Correct.
Do you not foresee us being close friends?
I mean, we've only known each other for a couple days, and it's like, that's about how long I stick around places, and then I go somewhere else, so...
Well, I understand. I think your very best friend Alois is going to be highly disappointed by this news. Bernie, smile.
Yeah.
We go get breakfast.
Alright. So the two of you head off to fill your bellies after a nice session of yoga. And that's where we'll take our break. Just a short 10-minute break. But before that, pass it over to Lynn.
Alright, it is art raffle time. So, all you need to do for this week is enter the word festival into the chat to be entered into the raffle. After we return from break, I'll be announcing the winner, and I'll be sending you a whisper through Twitch, so keep an eye out. So yep, so you gotta do, enter the word festival into chat for a chance to win a sketch bust of any character of your choosing.
Festival.
Yeah.
Festival.
Even though we haven't gotten to the festival yet.
Well,
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yes. So we will see you all in about 10 minutes. And we are back. Lynn, who was our lovely winner?
Our lovely winner for this episode is Lunar Child 93. Thank you very much to you guys for entering into the raffle. Lunar, if you want to get into contact through Twitter, or I think Kacey has your Discord, we will get the details sorted for your sketch.
Yeah, they're going to be joining the Compass Rose Discord channel shortly, so...
Ideal.
Yay.
Invite your friends. Tell them about the show.
Yeah, spread the good word. So...
We're a cult now.
Yeah.
Spread the good word of Compass Rose.
I have been told I'm apparently ancient.
Hey, we're only a cult if we try to get our people to not talk to other people.
That's true.
Oh, that's what I've been doing. You guys haven't been doing that?
I mean,
No, because I thought we wanted more people, right? So that means they need to talk to people.
I guess.
I only ever talk to you guys.
I don't know.
So.
All I know is that the first rule of Compass Rose Productions is you don't talk about Compass Rose Productions.
Wait, I've been talking about Compass Rose Productions a lot.
Oh.
I'm running most of our social media.
Oh, man.
We're screwed.
Oh, no.
Got egg on my face.
I've been celebrating the fact that we got our business license yesterday.
That was a secret.
So happy for you.
Oh.
So, the 5 of you awake on the Day of Soul. Music and the sound of happy children carry up from the streets to your bedrooms, signifying that the festival has begun. So, what would you all like to do during the festival? I assume you all are going to have a breakfast and then discuss maybe oh shit. Hold on.
Oh no.
Someone is mad.
Very.
I know
good.
that
Doesn't wanna
Alois
play
wants to
D&D.
try every single food item that is on at the festival.
I know Zala and Bernie were gonna do a funneled cake.
Yes, we're gonna eat a funneled cake, and guys, I have a plan to win at festival games and maybe get some money. So
Festival games.
festival games.
Zala doesn't know what festival games are. Zala doesn't know what funneled cake is. Zala's probably gonna be really excited about face painters if there are any, because that sounds cool.
I now have access to enhanced
Be
ability.
prepared for Alois to act like a starstruck child.
Aw, that's so cute.
Zala is going to be awkward and a little nervous and kind of overwhelmed.
So, sorry, my landlord is doing stuff. Just gonna have to deal with the noise.
Apparently.
Sorry. The 5 of you have an enjoyable breakfast and make your way out into the main street. The festival itself is more or less situated in the market square that you'd all fought zombies in. There's a large, what's the word? Presentation stage, and like a lot of benches before that. And there are just countless stalls of, some selling food, some with games, some selling strange knickknacks and trinkets, not trinket. Where would you all like to go first?
Funnel cake. Gonna hit up the funnel cake.
Breakfast funnel.
Yes, food.
Yes.
Funnel
Sure.
Cake.
You do find an individual selling something akin to funnel cake. It's not exactly the... just putting this out here. I have never actually had funnel cake, so I don't...
Just fried dough.
Mhm.
Aaron,
With powdered sugar.
yeah, gotta
Is
have
it
it. Maybe a little
good?
chocolate syrup.
Yeah,
fucking
it's pretty good.
It's something you don't want to eat a lot of.
No, you do
I
not want to
find,
eat a lot of it. So funnel cake is fried dough that's like put through a piping bag into these messy squiggles. It's just a
Through a
pile of
funnel.
squiggles, and then it's fried. And you sprinkle powdered sugar on top. You usually top it with like chocolate syrup or strawberries or stuff like that.
Okay,
And
then
it's just sweet fried dough.
then it's exactly funnel cake. Little bits that you can easily tear off and eat. The woman manning the stall asks if you would like anything added on top to it. She gestures to an array of sweet treats, chocolate. There's some kind of jam of some kind, probably a berry jam. There's honey, and you see a orange-like substance that is very viscous, that she calls caramel.
All of it.
All of it. I'm right with you, Alois. All of it.
With the works? Alright, I can do that. And she
That's a lot of things.
sets you up with a funnel cake slathered in these sweet treats. She does it in a way where you could even taste different bits of it. Like, it's not just all in one area. Like, she puts a little bit of jam in one spot, a little bit of honey in another, and then there's a few areas where it's all of them mixed together. It is incredibly sweet.
Yum, yum, yum. Are there any festival games around?
Yep, there are a couple, actually. There is a festival game that seems to be attracting the attention of a lot of younger individuals. That seems to be some kind of fish-catching game. There is a shooting gallery that you're not sure what the purpose of it is, but every person who walks away from it walks away with a cigar, like not a thick cigar, but like a nice thin cigarette like cigar in their hand.
What are are there any monetary prizes? Any cash pools that we can contribute to and then win all of?
Is that specifically what you're looking for?
Rely on skill, yeah. Bernie's here to get some coin, maybe win a little stuffed animal if she can.
There is one game that appears to be almost like a guessing game. You pay 5 copper and you choose 3 different keys. You make your way over to a door that is behind a curtain and cannot, there's no way to peek in to that curtain. And the goal of the game that you are getting is to choose the right key that unlocks the door.
That's not something we can cheat at our current
Are you
level.
sure?
Well, even if
I
you
feel like
turn
we could cheat at that.
Even if you turned into something to go, look, you couldn't figure out which key fits the door based on just going behind a curtain or anything.
What if all 3 of us went up at separate times and tried it out?
Then split the pool. All right, yeah. I will ask the attendant. How much is it to play this game?
Oh, it's just 5 copper.
And it's guaranteed. Like, one of these keys will fit one of those doors. It's not a scam.
One of the keys here does fit one of the doors. He gestures. You can see there's about 20-ish keys.
So it's a nice D20 rule.
Yeah. And, you've won in 20 or so chance that one of the keys you choose is a lucky one.
Whether he's lying. I want to know if it's a scam.
Of course you
Can't
can.
Can I take a flask of water with me, real quick?
Can you take a flask of water?
Yes.
I got a
Like
nat
a
20.
water
What a waste.
Hold on me. Sorry, I was just switching music. Eloise, yes, you definitely can take a flask of water up with you if you want. Cordelia, you don't sense any deceit from this gentleman. It seems he's telling the truth. One of these keys does unlock the door.
What's the price?
Well,
How much money? Poo.
right now it's about he pulls out an abacus. It's about 6 gold, 3 silver, and 8 copper.
That's not that much money.
Yeah, but I can get it with 2 casts of the cantrip.
Can you? How?
I'm gonna pick the key that is the most featureless.
Alright, you pay your 5 copper. You pick the key that you determine is the most featureless, and just any 2 others?
Yep.
Okay. Alright then, Miss, step behind the curtain and see if you're a lucky winner.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Shape Water once to coat the key that I took with the water, and when I put it in, have it expand and freeze to the lock shape.
Very nice, very nice.
Really stretching the uses of that shape water.
Okay.
Casey,
So
be very careful. If you let this happen, you're setting a precedent that we can do this in the future.
I've already set this precedent by the fact that she was able to.
No more locked doors will stop us if you let her do this.
I mean,
Unless they're magically locked.
magically locked. Hey, and also, this doesn't get rid of traps.
Very okay. That just
Yeah.
it just seems like a slippery slope.
I'm willing to ride down that slope with you all. So, Alois, you step behind the curtain and, drawing in all the water, the moisture in the air, you coat this key, slide it inside, channeling your magic through the metal, you cause the water to expand a little bit more, reaching into every crevice in the lock. And then as soon as you feel it's in enough places, you freeze it solid.
And I turn it, pull it out, get rid of the water, and then open up the door.
Okay. Can you
Where
make
does
me
the water go?
Can you make me 3 d20 rolls? Just random, just flat d20s, and tell me the number, please.
She's gonna end up getting, like, the actual key that opens the door. And it's not the one she used to open the door.
Yeah, you've done it, but you have made it pretty clear you cheated if you don't have the key.
What, are they gonna fucking check?
Hey, sometimes
Yeah,
doors
they know
break.
what the key is.
Does he? There are 20 in there.
That would be a weird thing not to know about his game.
We gotta take a chance!
I'm not part of this. Cordelia's going to the next stall. She doesn't want to be involved.
Oh my god!
It's not worth 6 gold.
Yeah.
The cops? They'll just say you don't get the money!
Cordelia's looking at the soap stall next door.
Zala's
You know,
wildly
the one-
distracted by literally everything happening around her, so.
Alright, I got a 14, a 16, and a 7.
Okay. Okay. So you open the door. The individual hears the door opening and says, "Oh, we have ourselves a winner, I think." Looks at the keys. It's a bit odd. Makes his way back to the door where you are, Alois, and inspects the lock, and he looks up at you and says, how'd you manage to get this one open? You didn't take one of the keys that opened the door.
I just turned it, and it opened.
Please make me a deception check.
Can I help her?
You're not there.
I am. I've been watching you.
They
Are you
went
too far away for me to hear?
behind the curtain.
Yeah, she's behind the curtain.
Oh, damn it! That's a bummer.
18.
He looks skeptical at you and just says, "Well, guess something must have happened with the lock. Well, technically you're not a winner because you didn't choose the right key, but I guess you did open the door. I'll tell you what. Because you did technically win it, I'll give you half prize money. I can't give you the full prize money because you didn't actually choose the right key.
No, that was a fun game.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. We'll be here all festival. And the keys change up too, so even if you are a winner, got reason to come back the next day.
Cool.
He gives you 3 gold, 1 silver. How many silver did I say it was? I said 8 copper.
8 copper.
And my 5 copper back, or no?
I mean, I guess technically you do, because he gives you 3 gold, a silver, and 4 copper.
Gotcha.
Cordelia, sort of pushing past all this, you find yourself at a booth that a lot of the children were around, but it seems to have died down a bit. It's run by a rather smug-looking, half-elvish man, and behind him are fish bowls, like a standard goldfish kind of fish bowl. But swimming in it is this strange sort of contraption. It's metal. It's like some kind of clockwork fish. And it swims around like a normal fish. And you can see that the game is that you are supposed to try and catch one of these fish with a small, almost paper paddle, and you're supposed to bring the fish up without the paper breaking.
How can I cheat at that?
I don't know. How can you cheat at that?
You specifically have to look up games that you can't cheat.
So wait, the paper paddle, you don't want it to get wet and fall apart?
It can get wet, but they can't break.
Okay.
Basically, if you've ever seen in anime the goldfish game where there's like a big tank full of goldfish and you have to dip the paddle in and bring up a goldfish without the paddle breaking, and you win the goldfish, that's what this is. But with clockwork fish.
You can smack the paddle or whatever to make it up easier or harder.
You cast mending on a wet paddle.
Shay is watching this happen.
I don't see why not, but due to the nature of the paddle, you would need to continuously cast mending. Like,
it's a cantrip. I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can definitely do that if that's what you would like to do.
Cordelia is going to try and play the game without cheating.
Well, hello there. It's 1 silver for a try, and you could win one of these magnificent creations. If you don't end up winning, you can, of course, purchase one for yourself. They are 15 gold, though.
Did you make them?
I did. Quite fascinating little creatures, don't you think?
They are. It must be hard, then, if they're worth 15 gold. But I could win them for 1 silver. It's probably hard.
That's the game. It is hard, but it is doable. If you'd like, I can show you.
Yes.
Alright.
Please.
He takes one of the paddles, not like a special paddle, like that's on the side of the customers. Seems to poise himself over the tank and slowly dips it in and brings up the paddle without breaking. There you are. He holds up the fish, which has stopped moving now that it's out of the water.
I would like to try.
One silver. Thank you very much. Pick your paddle and good luck to you. Push to talk.
Push to talk.
Whoops. I pick up the sturdiest paddle there is. I know they're all the same, but the sturdiest one.
You're like making a show of inspecting them before you pick one?
Make me a perception check.
12.
You look through a couple of the paddles.
14.
Wow. You look through a couple of the paddles and you settle on a nice blue one. You're not sure why, but that one's calling to you.
How do I win? I do it successfully.
How do you do it successfully? Without cheating, you mean?
Yeah.
So, the game itself is just a basic dexterity check. It is a relatively high DC, because the game is rigged, obviously.
I'm not great at dexterity, but we'll give it a go.
You can give it a go. What did you get?
I got a natural one.
Amazing!
With a +1.
So, as soon as you dip the paddle in the water, you get it down like maybe an inch, and the paper tears on it. Oh, so sorry. Got to be a bit more gentle than that.
Do I notice any funny business?
You can make me a perception check.
This dice has failed me.
That's a 22.
Okay, baby jail.
So you don't notice anything that is entirely amiss. The game itself seems to be a standard one. It's actually one you've seen in Urtu before, just not with clockwork fish. What you're able to piece together is that the weight of these fish would be too much for wet paper to hold. You're getting the sense that no one is supposed to win at this game.
If I were to say fold some paper, would that make it strong enough to then lift the fish out?
Possibly, but you would need to make a sleight of hand check to do that with your paddle. But you could certainly try.
Sure, I'll try it.
Alright, roll me sleight of hand check.
I'm getting one of these fish and I'm not paying 15 gold for it.
That's only an 8.
Rip.
So as you fold a piece of parchment, you kind of trim it enough where you could put it underneath your paddle. As you're getting ready to approach the tank,
I guess I should have specified. I meant like folding the paddle itself.
Oh,
because it's a paper paddle.
then I don't think you would need to make a sleight of hand check. The paddles themselves aren't able to fold, though. It's a slight wire mesh that holds them together. That would break if you tried to fold it.
Yeah, I don't think my dex is good enough to do that.
You never know.
I want to cheat now. It's cheating time.
All right, you want to do your mending thing? All right. What are the components for mending? Verbal, somatic. I don't think it's material.
It is verbal, somatic, and material.
What is
Big
the
whammy.
material?
Lodestones.
Okay. So how are you going to cheat?
I assume it's cheap enough that they'd be in my components.
If there's not a price listed for them, then they're assumed to be either taken care of with your arcane focus or in your component pouch.
I will attempt to do the somatic components with one hand that is not holding the paddle, and my verbal components, I would argue I could hum for that. Would that count as verbal?
Yeah, of course.
But then I can play it off like I'm focusing.
You definitely could do that.
Just gonna be cash about it.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check. Not a super high DC. But you know, you rolled a natural 1 already, so see if it happens again. That was...
That's a 5. I rolled a 2. It's not good for me.
So, as you begin casting your cantrip, you dip it in the water, and you do see that the paper holds strong. There are tiny little tears that form and then instantly heal up. However, as you approach one of the fish, the man reaches out and taps your hand, and the magic vanishes. And the paper splits, and he looks at you with a cocked eyebrow and says, "Oh, I'm very sorry."
I just, yeah, I almost had it that time.
Almost.
God, this guy's a dick.
Oh, screw this guy.
He seems to
I
be...
really want these fish.
He is engaging with other customers, and you can see this is not just the way he's interacting with you as well. He seems to be this way with everyone, and people leave his stall slightly annoyed. Except for the rare occasion where someone does end up buying one of his goldfish.
Do we see Cordelia playing?
At this point, you all have finished your cheating, and yes, you do spot Cordelia and Shay both just hawk-like focus on this game.
Cordelia! guess what?
What?
I won the key game.
Oh! You didn't get in trouble?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Congrats.
You don't know I cheated.
She left because she thought you were going to cheat. She didn't know how you did it, but she just assumed.
Did you win?
No, I'm having some trouble with this one.
Can I play? How much is it?
It's 1
I
silver.
want to whisper that into her ear that it's totally rigged.
I thought all of these games were.
Should I use a first level spell slot or a second level spell slot to get this fish?
Second level spell slot.
Okay. Is Shay my ally in this? Like, if I see Shay, are you wanting these fish?
I mean, kind of,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Shay, and I'm gonna be like, look, just grab. It's gonna be okay. He's not gonna see it. Just grab the fish. Two fish. Okay.
I don't know where it's going.
Oh no. Y'all are gonna end up in festival jail.
No!
I want to cast Enthrall.
Nat 20.
On him? What was your nat 20 for?
To catch a fish.
Oh,
I paid
fuck.
for silver.
Okay. What do I have to do with Enthrall? Make a save?
Wisdom saving throw.
He got an 11.
What is my number?
Probably higher than an 11.
Yes, it is. He failed.
Alright. So, Eloise, you step up to the tank, hand over your 1 silver, poise, and you've got your paddle ready. You see one of the fishes come very close to the top and feel that, like a bear, that is the perfect time to strike. You quickly slide your paddle in, you lift it up, and you watch as the fish stops moving and holds on this paddle. It's still, like, sagging and it's sort of beginning to tear, but man's eyes go wide. Well, we have a winner. How unexpected.
Congratulations, Eloise. You are very talented.
Very
Yeah, we
talented.
went fishing a lot.
I want to use this moment as my distraction to cast the spell.
All
It
right.
would be very distracting
Perfect.
right now.
That is perfect. So tell me, you went fishing. That's an impressive skill that you'd learned. Oh, excuse me. And he passes over one of the goldfish in a bowl to you. Your prize? Yes. And he continues to talk to you about where you've obtained such magnificent skills. Shay, I need you to roll a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Can I quickly shift into another form somewhere quietly so that if I do get in trouble, it's not Shay's face getting in trouble?
Sure. You can.
It only takes an action, so it's like 6 seconds. So she
sort
ducks
of you.
behind a corner,
Yeah.
and she comes back out, and she is. I have two.
Lord Gerhardt.
No, she's not Lord Gerhardt again. She's got two ideas in her head right now. She comes out and she is dressed. She looks like a gold dragonborn woman. So she comes up and she, while she's enthralled, she will, while the guy is enthralled, she'll try to take the fish.
Enthrall gives him disadvantage on perception, not.
Oh, okay. Then regular stealth check. I will roll with disadvantage.
Anyone except for me. He can see me. Fine.
You said stealth check, right?
Sleight of hand.
Okay, that's a 20, not natural.
Shifting into this new form, you kind of sidle up out of this man's, like the corner of his vision, grab one, tuck it under your arm, look around, make sure no one saw, grab another, and then you duck behind where you've changed again. Does not seem to have noticed you. Nice.
Then Shay will shift back into Shay and come back around the other side of the thing.
The perfect crime.
The perfect crime! We got 2 little mechanical fish.
Exactly. A mechanical supply for life and happiness.
That's 45 worth of gold right there.
A lot.
So you each have a clockwork goldfish.
I've always wanted a clockwork goldfish.
You can add to your inventory or don't. Doesn't matter.
Saul is the only one entirely uninterested at performing crimes at this festival.
Yeah.
Look, it's just because he was rude.
He was technically cheating too, so...
True.
I think, though...
None of you were able to determine how, but yes, he was.
Just insert,
dressing them beforehand or something.
I did take Zala, away from everybody when Eloise left to go look at what Cordelia and Shay were doing.
Okay.
Just went our separate way.
Alright, so the two of you make your way through more of the festival, enjoying... Yes.
I'm actually pulling her, off to the side, away from the festival.
Okay.
I'm asking her, are you doing alright?
It's a lot of people.
I understand. And I will just hold her hand and sort of pull her towards a patch of grass. There's some flowers. And just saying I think that this spot over here looks quite lovely to take a little break. I'm feeling a little winded myself, actually.
That's a good idea, yes. Gotta sit down. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get used to being around this many people doing this many things all at once.
It is a lot. All the games and the funnel cake.
The only thing that gets even close to this crowded at home is Fire Night, and well, we don't even have this many people living in the village.
Do you want to talk about it? About Fire Night?
Well, it's we do it once every about 10 days, as long as weather's good, clear, and it's usually clear. We light a bonfire in the center of town and tell stories and share news, good and bad. Remember who we've lost and look forward to what's happening next. And it's also when couples do joining.
What does that mean?
And it's a common word is marriage, not joining.
Oh.
Happens during Fire Night, so everyone can be there.
It's lovely.
And it's not as loud or raucous as this, but we eat and we drink and we celebrate.
Well, I have some funnel cake and I have flowers, but I've only the Fire Night. I can tell you... Well, you know, it's hard to give you good news because you're always there with me when it happens, but we try.
I just like talking to you anyway, so...
And I'm talking to you too.
You could tell me more about Pyra. I know we traveled through a bit of it together, but there's still a lot I don't know.
Sure. Bernie will pluck some flowers, start making flower crowns. She's not very good at it. I don't know if Zala knows how. She's helping her out.
Zala's probably never made a flower crown before, but she's gonna try. She is good at weaving.
Yes, she is. I think Bernie, like, it knows the steps, but just lacks the sort of
practice.
And the practice, yeah. She's a little clumsy with them, but she'll start teaching you how. Just tell you not vague, but, you know, nothing specific about her home city, but about just the country in general, the things that she misses about it. And just take a breather from the hustle and bustle of the festival to eat funnel cake and make flower crowns together.
When Zala's done with her flower crown, she's gonna sort of look it over and then just reach over and put it on Bernie's head. I think that suits you.
And I think, and Bernie puts her much... it looks good, but it's like definitely not gonna stay together very long. Back on Zala's head and says, I think that looks you.
Thank you.
The two of you enjoy a nice moment together, a little bit removed from the hustle and bustle of this festival, but still enjoying its delights as you have funnel cake. As the day winds on, you find that several of the food stalls begin serving alcohol. You begin seeing not less, but slightly less children running about, as some of them have gone home for the day. And the presentation stage opens up, which is one of the big attractions here at the festival. The benches in front of it are all filled. The first couple rows look to be filled with nobles or people of some kind of high renown. And on stage is a, rotating individual who they all seem to be presenting some kind of invention. Yeah. What would you all like to do with the rest of your time at the festival?
Alice wants to see these inventions. Those are cool. Make you think up what those inventions are, Kacey.
Oh, I already have
Steal the inventions and become...
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Let's not do that.
I mean, we already technically did, so...
Okay.
Are there any tests of strength in
the
festival games?
There are, actually.
Yes.
I want to go to the test of strength with Bloodbath.
I'm going to, because this one I can definitely help them cheat at.
Alright. Yeah, you sidle up to a test of strength, which is your standard sort of test of strength.
Big hammer.
Big giant ass hammer hitting, a paddle that tries to send something up to a bell.
Sola's gonna pick up the big hammer and look at it like, really? Because it's not that big for her.
Yeah, it's just 2 copper to test your strength, and well, you got a chance to win a prize.
What's the
What
prize?
sort of prize?
Oh, it varies. A little bit of a candied apple if you're in the mood for some sweets. We've also got some candied fruits as well. Got some ale now that we're able to serve it.
It's all food prizes? Are there trinkets
mostly. We do got a couple trinkets. Like a small little plush toy here, and he holds up. It's kind of like a crocheted animal. Like it looks kind of like a cat, kind of.
And you said it's 2 copper?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. It's 2 copper.
Alright. I'm going to try this.
Alright, 2 copper. Alright. And here's your hammer, and good luck.
I whispered to Zala, do you want help?
I don't think I'll need it.
I don't think you will.
This hammer is very small.
Maybe it'll shoot off into the sky and we can...
I hope I don't break this.
You don't break it. I pat her on the shoulder. Good luck.
I got a nat 20.
Really
The most powerful of good lucks.
Holy shit!
The good luck of gay.
Alright.
The good luck of Bernie's watching.
Oh.
So, digging your heels into the ground, you grip this hammer and wield it with every ounce of your strength. As it crashes into the paddle, you're able to hear wood splintering, and this small metal bell shoots up with incredible force, ringing the bell, and the man running the stall goes, "Well, congratulations. I'm gonna have to fix this up here.
I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to hurt it.
Don't
I can
worry.
fix it. I can fix it.
It
Actually,
happened.
yeah.
If
I can
you
do
can
it.
fix it, ma'am, that'd be great. But it happens. You're not the first person to break it, and you surely will not be the last.
Good job, Sala. That was amazing. And I'll just touch it and cast mending.
All right. It fixes up, and he looks at you. You are too kind. Here's your 2 copper back. For helping me out after that. What would you like your prize to be? Craving something sweet? You looking for a bit of a
I'm
drink?
definitely looking at the little fleshy animals. You said there's
perhaps,
like a cat and...
Yeah, there's a cat. There's one that looks like it. It could probably be an ox if you squint.
So they're not like the cutest things, but they're relatively cute.
They have their own cuteness to them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the one that looks kind of like a cat.
Here you are. Congratulations. First time I've seen someone do that. At least here in Lucha.
Oh, I suppose there aren't too many people like me here in Luchev.
That is very true. There most certainly isn't. But come back anytime you want to test your strength.
I'll try not to break it next time.
Well, if you do, maybe your friend will just fix it up.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna walk a little bit away with Bernie, and then just sort of quietly hold the little cat out to her. And I think you should have this.
Are you sure? I know you love cats.
Ooh, yeah, but I think I think you should have it.
Alright, thank you. It will be my good luck charm to watch over me while I'm sleeping. We'll take it.
Alright. Alois, you said you were going to watch the presentations. You find that a lot of the presentations are kind of useless and boring. They're nothing that really wows the audience. There are, however, two that stick out to you. There is one that is a construct of a man known as Hara. He calls them the Rings of Transposition, and they, while within 100 feet of each other, you're able to switch locations. He demonstrates this with someone from the audience. And everyone seems very taken with that. The other construct is by a man known as Bairn, and he creates something that he's called the Laborer's Brace, which is a metal exoskeleton that is fit over a medium-sized person and greatly increases their strength when it comes to pushing, lifting, or dragging. He demonstrates this by picking up a giant boulder that was placed in the middle of the stage.
And Alois is like oohing and awing over like everything, even the boring stuff. It's new.
Yeah, many of it is new to you, but a lot of it doesn't seem to be drawing much awe from the crowd until those two get up. There's a few others that are a little bit intriguing. There's something called the Levin Rod, which is basically a taser mace. And those are the only real three that stand out to you while the presentation stage is open.
A freaking taser mace?
Yes.
Now that's interesting.
Yes. Yeah. But other than that, the festival goes on, and the five of you have an enjoyable time winning at some games, legitimately or through cheating. Some of you won legitimately.
Hey, I actually won.
Alois won
the only one.
I
the
cheated
goldfish game.
and I did it legitimately.
You did. Congratulations. But yeah, other than that, the day winds down, the festival winds down near the evening, and most of the stalls begin closing. Several of the presentators and the noble people who've come to watch make their way back to the Blue Willow to enjoy a beverage and a meal for some of them. But I think this is where we're going to wrap today's session, because it is getting close to AJ's bedtime. So
Gotta love them strict work schedules.
Yeah.
Well, they have to get up at 5 in the morning?
5.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
gross.
It sucks.
But yes, so the first day of the festival is done. Whether or not you all want to stay for the remaining 2 days, you can let me know that. But I believe next session we'll set out for Dunlin.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Yes.
Excited.
Yeah, I don't think we had any more announcements, did we, Scotty?
Not really. Just remember to go check out Gen Con online.
check
And
check our Twitter account, because I posted a thing, and then the Everyone Dice Twitter, aka me acting on the Everyone Dice Twitter, retweeted my tweet.
yeah.
It's got some pictures of my dice, so you guys can see what happens if we get to 100 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so that we can stop looking like shady links to random YouTube videos and start being Compass Rose Productions.
Yes, please. That would be lovely.
That's all we want right now.
Yeah. I think that's it. Make sure to tune in to All Nighters if you're a person who stays up late. We learned some really messed up things about Dragon Age. Well, I did.
You sure did. And you'll probably learn more you will learn more really messed up things about Dragon Age. And I think we're gonna talk about just dragons in general on Saturday.
Ooh.
Because I think looking at international dragon lore sounds like fun.
That does sound like a lot of fun. So yeah, tune into that. Also, make sure that you tune in next week, because it's gonna be wild, wacky fun like it is this week.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us. We love you, and bye.
Bye.